What's up, guys? Welcome back to King Kraken Sports. Mike here. I put up a Twitter poll last weekend to ask whether you guys wanted to see a video about what goes into my scouting, what goes into how I rank players, what I look for, and you guys definitely responded positively. 83% of you wanted to see a video on it. And the more I thought about it, I went, well, there's so many things that could go into a video like that I didn't want to make one video and make it like a 35-minute long video. So I decided to actually make it a little mini-series. So welcome to Scout Talk. And what we're going to do over the course of the week is we're going to cover how I got into scouting, how to quantify your scouting, what to look for in certain positions, and all of the good stuff. You will get a full in-depth over the course of the next week or so, while the Senior Bowl is happening and, before the Combine, there's nothing really for me to talk about because I haven't really readjusted any of my rankings, so I think this is also the perfect time to do this. So today, as I said, we're going to talk about how I got into scouting. So, for those of you who don't know, I've actually been doing YouTube videos since 2012, and it started in 2012. I was reading more on the draft. I started watching things like the Combine and whatnot when I was in high school in about 2010, 2011, because I'd be like homesick conveniently at the Combine, just like end up watching it on my computer and whatnot. And in 2012, I decided that while I was reading a lot more of these mock drafts, that I should actually maybe give one a shot of my own. Now, let me just say this. The mock drafts I was putting up in 2012 are a lot different than the ones I'm putting up now. These were done in iMovie without me showing my face, and were more so just based off of kind of comparing different mock drafts and, maybe adding my own spin, because I wasn't doing in-depth scouting. And those were doing okay. I mean, again, mock drafts, when you have your, the way I do them now, it's a little bit more difficult to do. What I used to do before was just pictures, logos, set to music with an 8-second blurb on the next slide as to why the pick made sense. It was really easy, not very time-consuming, and not really a lot of thought had to go into it. And I did that for a little bit, and once I finished my victory semester in high school, I went back for an extra semester, so I was actually out of school in February. And I was bored, waiting around the house, because my job was about to start in around Easter of that year, and then I'd be doing more full-time stuff as far as work in around what we call Victoria Day or May 2-4 weekend. You Americans may call Veterans Day, I believe. Not Veterans Day. I don't know. The long weekend in May. Memorial Day, that's what I was going for, not Veterans Day. So I was wondering, okay, I don't really have anything to do. This is about 2014, so I'm sitting there, I'm an 18-year-old kid. I don't really, I don't really go out and party or anything. I need to find something to do to kill time. And I got back on Twitter, and I messaged Matt Miller from Bleacher Report and just said, okay, I've been doing things like mock drafts, but I don't really know what separates player rankings. I'm not sure how to get into stuff like that. And he messaged me back, and he sent me the link to a website which I still use now, which is draftbreakdown.com. And Draft Breakdown has full cut-ups of all of the prospects. They probably do about 300, 350 prospects a year. And they just go through, they take a full 3.5-hour game, they cut it down snap to whistle, that, for only the place that player's in. So you may take a 3.5-hour, 4-hour game, and it's cut down to 8 minutes. And it's really quick and easy, and you just, keep churning. And, the 2014 draft came, and, basically right after the Combine is when I started doing it. And my goal was to try to just formulate a big board. Not just so much a mock draft, but a big board. So I did a top 40. And, despite the fact that in the media, Teddy Bridgewater was a late first-round pick, early second-round pick, whatever, because he had skinny knees and he had a bad pro day, being able to base it off of the tape, I knew that Teddy Bridgewater was the best quarterback in that class, and he was my number 2 overall player behind Clowney. And so, I mean, it really it made me feel a bit more comfortable. It made me feel like I had a bit more of a purpose, because mock drafts, I always put it this way, mock drafts are what I am reading. Big boards are what I'm seeing. Big boards are what I'm actually watching and what I think. Mock drafts are more so just what I'm hearing, what I'm reading from other places, and that's how I do that way. So I did like my top 40 that year, and I'm thinking, okay, good thing going forward. I can really sink my teeth into this. And then I started school in 2015, and I didn't get as much of an opportunity as far as time management, and then the desktop computer that I had all of my files on, that I would do all of my iMovie videos on, that died. And I didn't want to move it over to the new laptop because that would take up too much space. So that's when I started doing videos like this, where it was just me in front of the camera and I could talk. And, I kind of just fell out with doing it. I would still, like, amongst my friends, I would still have my top 5 at each position. I would still have my mock draft. I would do a top 50 big board. And I did, I put up a couple of videos. But again, after 2015, I really thought I was going to be done with YouTube, just because I had nothing to keep me going. And, ultimately, last year, same thing. Like, I was too grumpy whenever I had some free time. I didn't really want to, to post anything, because I was pissed off at myself because I wasn't really doing all that well in school. I wasn't happy with where I was going in life. And I didn't really want to, as much. And again, I did the most in-depth work I think I've ever done last year. I had a top 100 board. I did rankings. I watched probably 150 or 200 prospects last year. But I didn't really want to share it with anyone other than just my close personal friends. And I did the roundtable mock draft with my best friend Lawson last year. And we had a blast. And if you guys haven't checked that out, we did it a week before last year's draft. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll put an annotation in here as well. And we did all of that. We had a lot of fun. And at the end of it, we were talking about doing it again, this year. And in around August, I messaged him and said, I'm probably just not going to do it this year. And that's why I said, I'm not having fun doing it. And I changed my mind when I switched to my new school. I had a lot more fun, a lot more free time, less stress, all of that shit. And don't worry, I mean, if you guys don't want to listen to all this, there is going to be marks as far as where I start talking about the actual scouting and how I got. So you guys already know how I got into it. This leads me now to this year, because this year we've definitely seen. I mean, you guys have seen a lot more of me than you're used to. For some of my old school subscribers that have been here since 2012, I've never pumped out content like this. I used to do maybe one video every 6 to 8 days, or one video every 2 weeks, and now we're doing 3-4 videos a week at times. So I did a couple videos. I did the hot seat rankings in week 4, and then I did it again in week 12, and those were getting the usual views. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect. My old ones, when I was doing them on the iMac, on the iMovie, the mock drafts will get 3,000 views, no problem. And now my videos here were getting 600 views. If I was really lucky, they were getting 600 views. Some of them were getting 80, 50. I was considering triple digits a really good video. And because I was considering them more just shit to do. So I was thinking, okay, well, again, whatever. Maybe this is just the way the channel is. Maybe it's time for me to give up. And I tried one more, and I said, if I can't get views on a rankings video for quarterbacks, then that was going to be it. So I did the quarterback video. I put Trubisky as a thumbnail so that you guys wouldn't have to see my ugly mug as a thumbnail, because I thought, why not try something different? And I watched, and I sent it to a couple of friends, and they shared it on Twitter, and all of a sudden, those views started coming in. I mean, my 2 previous videos combined to get 28 views between the 2 of them. And I looked in within an hour, the quarterback video was at 45 views. And right now, it's standing at 1,600 views. So I'm like, oh shit, maybe that was just because I did quarterbacks. So I did running backs, and it's now at 1,400 views. And then I did wide receivers, and it's at 5,200 views. So let's start, and I did end up sending one of the quarterback video to the folks at NDT Scouting. They run the Locked On NFL Draft podcast. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. They're two of the best, I don't want to say amateurs, but they're not on any network. They're writers for FanRag. They're partnered with Draft Breakdown. They're really great guys, and they're always open to asking, to answer questions on Twitter. I sent it to them. They sent me back some feedback saying it was great work. Keep up the good work. So I just started pumping out videos. And that's how I got here. And of course, I want to thank you guys first and foremost. As I said, the channel's been really growing as of late. I did the quarterback video about 6 weeks ago. I had 21 subscribers. As of today, we're over 100. So in 6 weeks, we've more than quadrupled our viewership. We're getting views at the wazoo. And I always say, guys, comment, subscribe, just get the conversation going. This isn't just me talking in front of a camera, for the sake of talking in front of a camera. I want to interact with people. I want to get it going, and I want to actually create a conversation and a community here. So literally, if it weren't for the fact that these videos are starting to get more notoriety, starting to get more views, more people being brought into the discussion, these videos wouldn't be happening. That's going to do it for this. I mean, I've already rambled on for about 11 minutes. So yeah, that's just how I got into scouting. It merely started as a way to kill time while I was waiting for a job. Look at us now. We're having YouTube videos that are getting several thousand views. Till next time, guys, as always, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll see you again next time.